I'd come into the patient's room, do hand hygiene. Hi, I'm Bianca. I'm going to be seeing nurse here today. How's it going? Can I get your first and last name and your date of birth? Awesome. And do you have any allergies? No allergies? Alright. So the doctor went ahead and ordered you a Foley catheter. The catheter is to help ease out any urine out of you, especially when it's having trouble coming out. So it's going to be a very easy process. It's going to be a little uncomfortable, but not painful. Do you have any questions or concerns for me? No questions or concerns? Awesome. Do you have any pain going on right now? No pain? And I'm going to go ahead and check the general physical condition of the patient, make sure vitals are good, which they are, and I can go over here and grab my supplies. So I'm going to do hand hygiene, and I gather my supplies. I have a Foley cath kit, sterile 10 milliliter syringe, a stabilization device, sterile gloves, a chucks, towels, soap and water. Yeah, I said chucks. Okay, and I have my sterile gloves as well inside of there. So I have all my supplies. I'm going to go ahead and do hand hygiene, put on clean gloves. I'm going to wipe down the table with the standing wipe, cover the entire surface, get the corners, toss that, wait 2 minutes for it to dry. Then I'll grab another standing wipe, do the same process, toss that, wait 2 minutes for it to dry. I would take off my gloves and do hand hygiene and place the supplies onto the table. Okay, and then I'm going to go over here, I'm going to close the curtain, close the door, it's a private procedure. I'm going to explain it to her one more time. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on cleaning your genital area, and then I'm going to insert the Foley catheter really quick. Alright, cool. I'm just going to lift up the blanket just to expose you a little. I'm going to externally rotate her knees out, and then I'm going to put the chucks down. Okay, chucks is down. I'm going to tuck it in. There you go. Okay, then I can go ahead and start cleaning her. So I'm going to grab my towel. I'm going to fold it in half. Ooh, I actually didn't even place her in supine position. So I'm going to go ahead and place her in supine position. Make sure that she's laying down, and then I would externally rotate her legs if I did not do that. Okay, I'm going to do hand hygiene. I'm going to put gloves on, clean gloves on. And I'm going to grab a towel, dip it in the soap and water, and I'm going to clean from inner to outer, front to back. One side, other side, one side, outside now, and then the outside. And I'm going to pat her dry. There you go. And I don't need the soap and water anymore. So I'm going to remove my clean gloves. Toss those, do hand hygiene, then I'm going to grab my Foley cath kit. So I'm going to grab my Foley cath kit. I'm going to start opening it up now. So I'm going to open it away from me first. And I'm only going to be grabbing the 1-inch border with this. So I'm going to rotate this around by the 1-inch border. I'm going to grab my sterile gloves, set that off to the side. I'm going to grab my drape, and I'm going to open it up using the no-touch technique. I'm going to place it down, just like that. There you go. Okay, so I'm going to take my sterile 10 milliliter syringe that I got earlier, and I'm going to open it up into the field. Now I'm going to put on sterile gloves, but I'm going to open up, or I'm going to do hand hygiene, and I'm going to do my sterile procedure. And I am now sterile. So I'm going to come over here, move over here, and I'm going to move. going to move the box like that. Okay, next I am going to grab the orange port and I'm going to attach let me move this actually over a little closer. I'm going to attach the water saline, normal sterile water, and I'm going to attach it to the orange port. So, nice and attached. I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to remove the entirety of this. I'm making sure that I change out my sterile gloves too. I might have reached over too, so I would grab another box, another Foley catheter box, put on sterile gloves, and then start the whole procedure over. I'm just trying not to get this to flop. So there you go. I'm going to toss this aside, and I'm going to set this down. There you go. I'm going to grab the syringe over here, and I am going to remove the plunger so that it exposes the lubricant. I'm going to remove the plunger. I'm going to toss this aside, and I'm going to take my catheter and leave it in here. Okay, now that that is all set, I'm going to get my povidone iodine, and I'm going to rip it open. I'm going to rip it open, toss the top, and drench my cotton balls in it. I go ahead and dispose of this. I'll dispose it over here. And I think I have all of the steps that I need. So I'm just going to go ahead, set this on top. I'm going to grab the entirety of my kit. And I'm going to set it onto my drape. And part 2 will be me starting to clean her and putting the Foley cap in. So that's about it. This is part 2. I'm going to go ahead with my sterile gloves, grab my sterile specimen cup. I'm going to come over here and leave it right here on the sterile field. I'm going to come over here, open up the labia with my non-dominant hand, and I'm going to take my regular sterile hand and I'm going to use it to grab the forceps. And I'm going to clean from inner to outer, front to back of the urethra. My tweezers are also a little janky, so. Okay, toss my forceps with that. I can go ahead and start inserting. So I'm first going to grab my catheter from 2 inches from the top. Okay, so I got my catheter. Okay, how are you doing? Feeling okay? I'm gonna go ahead and insert this. I'm gonna have you take a deep breath, and when you do, I'm gonna insert it, all right? So go ahead and take a deep breath. Okay, it is in. Good job. I'm going to keep advancing this until urine comes back, and once urine does come back, I'm going to keep going 2 more inches. So it has stopped. I can go ahead and keep this here to stabilize it. I'm going to use this left hand to inflate the balloon. I'm going to inflate about 10 milliliters. Okay. The balloon is inflated. I'm going to remove the syringe. Come on. I'm going to toss the syringe, but this will be my sterile one, so I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to take out my Foley bag now. Oh, stop it, stay in there. This would not be coming out. Actually, to make sure that it doesn't come out, before I even take out my Foley bag, so start that whole process over, I would pull on this to make sure that it is secure, and it is secure. So now I would go ahead and take out my Foley bag. Okay, I'm making sure now that I'm not even touching my syringe, and since that is still sterile. I'm going to tape this onto the thigh. And I'm going to secure the extra tubing onto the bed. And then I am going to attach the bag onto the bed, on the bed frame, make sure that it's underneath the bladder, on a lower level than the bladder. And then I'm going to start my urine samples. I'm going to toss my gloves, I'm going to do hand hygiene. And I'm going to take new clean gloves. Okay, got my new clean gloves. I am going to grab my tubing, make sure that this is taped, and I'm going to kink it first. So I'm going to kink this. There you go. It is kinked. Stop. Pause, sorry. The towel keeps slipping out. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and kink that, making sure that it doesn't fly all over the place. I'm going to come over here, I'm going to open up my urine specimen cup, and I'm going to open it up sterilely by flipping this over like that. Okay. I'm going to go over here, I'm going to grab an alcohol prep pad, I'm going to rip it open, and I'm going to scrub the hood for 15 seconds. I'm going to toss that. I'm going to grab my sterile syringe, making sure that nothing touches the tip, nothing touches the tip here. I'm going to insert it, and I'm going to extract 5 milliliters of water at least, or of urine at least. And then I'm going to pull this out, pulled out. I'm going to come over here into the sterile field, and I'm going to insert this gently, making sure that it does not splatter. Okay, and dispose of the syringe, and I'm going to close this sterilely. So I'm going to flip this over onto there. Okay, I would label this with the patient name, with the MRN, and with the date of time. I'm going to take this with me to the lab. I can go ahead, actually I'm going to kink you. I'm going to go ahead and touch these. So I'll toss those, get rid of my clean gloves. Do hand hygiene. All right, you did awesome. I already put in the catheter, and I took out a urine sample. Are you feeling okay? Feeling comfortable? Awesome. I'm just gonna help you urinate. If you need me, just let me know. The call bell's here. But yeah, I'll come back to check on your urine. So I would do hand hygiene. I would leave, or first I would assess the patient, make sure that she's doing okay. And then I would leave, and I would do the date and time to document the patient tolerance and the size of the catheter, and then the description and the amount of urine that was extraction. Then I would remove it. So I would come in, do hand hygiene. Hi, so we are ready to extract or take out your Foley catheter, doctor's orders. We're gonna have you urinate on your own now. How are you feeling? Feeling okay? Okay. I see that she does have a chuck, so that's great. Do hand hygiene. Then I put on gloves. Okay, I got my gloves on. I'm gonna go and pull back the blanket. I'm gonna grab a new syringe as well, or I'll have a new syringe with me. It's gonna be my new one. And I'm going to use it to pull back the balloon, the water from the balloon. Okay, and when I pull it back, about 9 milliliters of water will be extracted, 9 to 9.5. Okay, I'm gonna pull it out. I'm not gonna toss this yet. Whoop, this would not fall off yet. I'm not gonna toss it yet. Pause. Okay, so I'm not gonna toss it yet because when I pull on it, I wanna make sure that there's no obstruction. And if there is, then I'm gonna pull back more water to see if that I just didn't get everything yet. But for now, I don't feel any resistance, so I'm just gonna pull it onto the trucks. I'm not gonna float it around for the patient. I can go ahead and dispose of this now. I'm going to grab this. I'm going to take it off, or take it off her thigh, move it from the bed. I'm going to assess how much urine is in the bag. I'm going to bring it to the bathroom, put it in the appropriate receptacle to make sure that that the eyes and nose are still recorded. And I leave it over here. And then I come over here, move my gloves, fix her legs, cover her up. I do hand hygiene. I do hand hygiene, and then I fix everything All right, so you're all good. Are you feeling okay? Any discomfort? No? Awesome. So the first couple times that you void, you might feel some discomfort. That's totally normal. If it's persistent, you're gonna wanna let me know so I can let the doctor know, all right? I'm gonna also let you know if you, when you do need to use the bathroom these first couple times, I have to be there with you to count how much you urinate. All right. So thank you so much for being patient. I would assess the patient, make sure she's doing all right. I would leave, do hand hygiene, then I'd leave, and then I'd document patient tolerance, hearing characteristics, such as color, consistency, and the amount. Then I do the date and time and the name of the patient.